Welcome sports fans, welcome back to this or that Sports TV, the place you guys come to get the best, most interesting and riveting sports topics, discussions and debates on the internet. You also come here for the best Manning Cup coverage. Because when you say Manning Cup, you say this or that Sports TV. And when you say this or that Sports TV, you say Manning Cup. So people, we are here with our Manning Cup team features again. And we're at Tarrant High School. You know, a team that did relatively well for their standards last season. And we're just here to see what they expect from their team this year. You know, how they feel about last season's performance. And get to know, you know, some of the players. You know, in a couple of years' time, we can look back and say, oh, we interviewed this player, we interviewed that player. So people, I want you guys to come along with us. But before we get into the feature though, make sure to like the video, leave a comment and subscribe to this or that Sports TV. And do one more thing for us though, and that's to share the video to 10 people. But make sure to get to 6 subscribers, because if each and every one of you can manage to do that, do you know how many subscribers that will get us by the end of the day? Target for the end of the year, we want to get to 12,000 subscribers. We're currently at 7,000. We need to get there before the end of the year. So again people, Manning Cup team feature time. It's Manning Cup time again. You know me happy, Joe Omar happy, the whole team happy, this or that Sports TV happy. And we're going to give you guys the best Manning Cup coverage. People, look out for daily lives, look out for match day vlogs, look out for, you know, everything concerning the Manning Cup. We're going to include the Costa Cup people. Don't get ahead of yourself. We're trying to do we're taking our time and we're doing our best. So people, stay tuned to this or that Sports TV. We're going to talk to Mr. Harry Clark. We're going to talk to a few players. People, let's go to the field and see what Tarrant High School is all about. All right, so we are here again, people, at Tarrant High School with a familiar face. You know, we spoke to him last year, so you guys, you know, familiar with this face. Mr. Harry Clark, the head coach of Tarrant High School first. How are you doing, sir? I'm good, and you? Decent day, can't complain. And before we talk about this year's Manning Cup, let's talk about last year. We spoke to you and, you know, you let us know that this is not a 1-year program or a 2-year program, but you're building for the future. And last year was one of the first steps towards the future. Give me a synopsis of your last year performance.
Well, last year we had not so good a result, but based on the performance, I think it was average. But it's a building process, so hopefully we can take it from there.
So the part that you guys love of these Manning Cup features is to talk to the players. And I can tell you in a few years' time, when you've aged out of school, you can look back at this and say, yo, I played Manning Cup for Tarrant High School. First of all, introduce yourself for me. Tell the people who you are, your age, your position.
My name is Warren Edwards. My preferred position is right back, and I'm the team captain.
Team captain. One thing we always do again, give us a player comparison. Who would you say in world football you model your game after?
Well, I idolize Kyle Walker, Juan Cuadrado, that's at Inter, Man City, and Hakimi.
Awesome, you know, some world beater of defenders. Everton Levy.
Alright, so my age is 17 years old. I play midfield. That's my idol. Like, who want to play like is Kevin De Bruyne.
Kevin De Bruyne. So you have them pass, you have them KDB vision, them what?
Yeah, no way.
Alright, we're gonna see it, because we're gonna cover some Tarrant High School. Let me get from your perspective. How do you feel the team did last year?
Honestly, never did do pretty good, but we did a try because never did have enough player like that last year. So we just should do our thing.
Alright, and you feel like you guys improved on that this year?
Very, very.
Awesome. Last year you had a finalist in your group. You know, talk to me about the competition last year and the performances that you had from other teams. Was the level a bit higher than you expected or lower than you expected, or was it just a good level?
Oh well, to be honest, I was expecting a much better, higher standard of play from the other teams, knowing that the team we had was more like a very new team and lack of preparation. You know, it was short. But I think the finalists, you know, did well. You know, any team reaching the final must have done well. So we are happy that the finalists came from our zone, and hopefully this year, you know, it will continue so that we can, you know, the guys feel a little bit more upbeat, know that they played against the champion or the runners-up. Yeah.
All right, so that's a good measuring stick. Let's talk to me about the role as a captain in this team. What does that mean, and what are some of the things that you do? What are some of your responsibilities to lead these boys?
Well, my job is to ensure that the team remains disciplined. I should ensure that everything is well put together and well organized, and the players are out at the right time before even the coaches arrive.
Let's talk about this season. Tell me about your preparation. How many of the guys from last year's team did you retain? Just talk to me about the preparation for 2023 Manning Cup season.
Well, 2023, it's a different crop of youth. I think we only have about 4 persons who played any form of football, whether club or Manning Cup. But a few of them coming up from the under 16 and the under 14. That's where we are. 7 players were dismissed, unfortunately. And we were expecting a few of them to be back here, but they didn't do well for whatever reason. So we had to go.
All right. Other than losing players, talk to me about some of the challenges that a school like Tarrant High School have when preparing for the Manning Cup.
To be honest, belief is the biggest problem we have. They don't have that belief in themselves. It's like, they will be looking at other schools instead of, preparing themselves for the job. So that's one of the biggest problems we have. We have challenges, yes, like a little food and things, but to be honest, we get more than many schools. Equipment, what we did was to save some of those from last season, so that we have at least some boots that we can start our training.
All right, let's talk about something that we don't talk about much on sports, sports coverage, but it's the schoolwork, it's the academic, performances of the team. After all, this is a school. What is it like? Is it a challenge to get your boys to class? I know that the school season just started, but I'm assuming you've been at Tarrant High School. So what is that part of the school like? We have a disciplined bunch, or one that struggles to perform in school.
Well, they are trying. I can say that. Even though one and two of them might be out of class, but mostly during the class time they are in their classes, and their academics they're trying to work on it, because without good grades they cannot play Manning Cup. So they are working on it, including myself. Yeah.
All right. Tell me about the positive now. What are you looking forward to, and what have been happening that's a positive this year?
I have seen quite a few youngsters, coming from the under 16 and the under 14 that has great potential. But the confidence, again, they don't believe that they can do it. And that's the biggest problem where they are concerned. So it's my job to motivate them, to get them to operate at their optimum best.
Well, I am not really happy with how we played last season. Even though we're short, we lacked in certain areas, but we had to improvise. And this year, I expect much better, because I see the chemistry out there, and we're distributing passes better. We have won 2 practice matches so far, back to back, and we hope to remain that continue, and we can improve and come out of the zone this year.
All right, tell me about those practice matches. What are the teams that you played, and what was the score like?
Well, we played Pembroke, gave them 2-0, and Papi High School over here, we gave them 2-1.
Tell me about camp, tell me about the food, tell me the nutrition, tell me about the preparation.
So camp did alright. We get 3 meals a day. We get fruits like most in the morning. We get porridge, we get tea. Lunch did alright. Dinner did way alright. And sleeping hours, everybody gonna be in bed by 9. Get up early by 5, 6 o'clock. Training. We come in. So yeah, that's the same routine over and over. We'd have local funnies, and we enjoy ourselves at camp.
Last year, you had subdued expectations. You didn't say much. You didn't expect Tarrant to do much. Talk to me about this year. How will Tarrant High School perform in the Manning Cup?
I think they should do a little better, but not much, because as I tell you, we have lost 7 players, and I think that's gonna hamper us. But we should hold our own, win a few games and get a few points.
Are we looking at a second round berth?
No, not really. But you don't know what can happen. If the others fail, then we will. But we have good teams in the zone, and I think the same stats is also the same. So, yes, yeah. And I want to cut them down a little.
It's a good measuring stick, you know. Last year you had Tarrant High School in a group. We were at the game here,
Yes.
you know, and that was an awful game, you know, to say the least.
Yes. Because I tell you, they are afraid. You know, they don't believe. You know. So once you hear that, they say, my stats, Georges, or a JC.
They're already afraid.
Yeah.
You said that you love football, right?
Yeah.
Tell me why you love football and what has football done for you so far, and even some of your teammates.
Alright, football for me is just keep me in a comfort zone. Just something different, like mom see the world on a different level, on a different perspective. Like it just make me idolize myself even more, I love myself even more. So football has done a lot for me.
Right, and as an individual player, how far do you see yourself going? You know, after this year's Manning Cup, you're 17, so I'd assume that you have one more year. Where do you want to go? Professional football, college? Talk to me.
Well, I like to go to college and pursue my dream. So I don't really know, but anyway, take me, just take me.
Are you excited about this season, and what can we look forward to from Mr. Edwards?
Expect a lot more because last season I didn't play up to expectations. So this season I'm training harder, more focused, and playing better and improving and helping the team to at least reach far out of the zone.
Where do you see Tarrant, you know, excelling to in the competition or going out? Second round, quarterfinals, finals? Tell me about it.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not expect them to reach that far. But at least I want to see who come out of the zone. Is it even if you can go like Walker Cup? Yeah. At least we come out, at least we try to come out of the zone and feel much better.
So, you know, we have to be like a giant killer in other words to get there.
Awesome. Coach, I always give everybody, you know, an opportunity to speak to the supporters because they're a big part of what you do. You know, the ground will be filled, you know, come next week when you're playing your first home game. Send a message to the supporters, send a message to the students that will be supporting Tarrant High School.
Yes, we would ask them to come out in their numbers and see what the youngsters have to offer. And win, lose or draw, we are looking forward to your support.
Send a message to all the Tarrant High School supporters, the students, your classmates. We know you're going to show them this, by the way. Send a message, tell them to come support Tarrant High School and what to expect from Tarrant this season in the Manning Cup.
We're going to do it bigger than last year, way bigger.
No, look out for it, because we're ready.
There we go, from Kyle Walker, Kajado. Big up yourself, Mr. Edwards, captain, respect. There we have it, people. Tarrant High School Manning Cup feature. You know, we talked to the coach, Alric Clark. We talked to, you know, Mr. Edwards. We talked to Mr. Levy. You know, we saw the players. We saw them play some football. Tarrant last year didn't expect much from their team. You know, but this year they're looking to, you know, put one more step in that golden journey. Hopefully we can see Tarrant do well in a couple years' time. But this year they're just looking to compete. They're looking to be respectable this year, and I can't fight it. You know, the coach said that one thing that the players lack right now is just the belief to think that they can do well in the Manning Cup this year. You know, when they see some of the juggernauts in their group, one of the finalists, Stats, last year, they're in their group again this year. You know, and they're just struggling with the thought of thinking that they can, you know, dominate these teams and put in good performances against these teams. But hopefully, you know, this coach can get the mental aspect of football right with these players. You know, but Stats is a team that I like. You know, last year we saw Stats put in some good performances against Norman Manley High School, and, you know, obviously petered off towards the end of the group stage. But Tarrant, they're looking to do well this year. They can't say they're going to win, but they're not saying that they're going to embarrass themselves, people. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's me alone, you see me? We're there, we don't see much players, you get me, but this looks like a team that's together. This coach looks like he believes in his team. You know, and hopefully we can see Tarrant, you know, put in some great performances. We will be covering Tarrant along with all the other teams in this group and all the other teams in the Manning Cup this year, an expansion year. So people, if you like this video, I'm want to do, like the video, leave a comment and subscribe to this or that Sports TV. The one more thing for us to do, and that's share the video to 10 people. But ensure that you get us 6 subscribers. Because if each and every one of you can do that, imagine how many subscribers we'll get by the end of the day, people. Yeah, me alone, I may have it. But is it? So people, for now, this was this or that Sports TV. Another Manning Cup team feature. We're on the way, people. Let's go.